Now then, YouTube, hope you're all well. Been a bit of a funny day, and because I'm making more of an effort to do some videos, I thought I'd pop on. I'll show you my new pipe. It's not its maiden voyage. That were yesterday, I think. I'm off to see our Bob for an hour, and on my way I had a look at the post box and I had a package with pipe, so I thought I'd take it there and had a quick smoke with him in the garden before I came home. I don't know really what shape it is. Squat prints. It's an orlik pipe, London, Maine, Bond Street, with the original pipe sock. A lot of history. Smoked, but very, very lightly smoked. And I really like it. Stinger. I've just measured it. An imp fluting on end. It's very narrow, as with most English pipes. It's only about 1.4mm. The bite zone is at 4.7mm. So I might have a little play with that after I finish this bowl. Get it down to 3.5, something like that. Real transform pipe, because although it's very lightweight, I don't know what it is exactly, but it'll be sub 30 grams. Or around 30 grams, I'm sure, because it's a bit thick in between your teeth. Feels quite heavy. Hang on, I'm having issues. Swan besters. Bit of an odd day today. I got a phone call about 1 o'clock-ish from the little girl's school. Fell over and hurt her wrist. They said she were upset, but she calmed down and she could move it a bit and make her fist and wiggle her fingers. So I said, well, leave her in school and see how she goes. We'll ring up in a bit or let us know if anything changes. Anyway, about 2 o'clock, I'd say, they rang up and said, we think you need to come and fetch her. So my wife went to fetch her and took her to hospital. I met her at hospital anyway. We've got a broken wrist, so I feel a bit of a bad dad. But we weren't to know, were we? We got it sorted out. What am I smoking? Something I found in my van. I haven't smoked for 2 years, I bet. Nice summer smoke. I went off it, but got straight back into it, although this pipe does have a bit of a funny taste. It's not ghosting, I don't think. It's, although I cleaned it and it was very clean, it tastes a bit dusty. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you get it with steak pipes that have been sitting around for many years. They take on the aroma of the bookshelf. But she took it like a complete trooper. She had a bit of a meltdown about going to hospital, but once she were there, no moaning, no crying, no nothing. Lovely. And the nurses put her right at ease, and she had 2 x-rays and got 2 stickers. And yeah. So I thought, I'm going to come outside, it's raining, listen to the rain, have a little bowl, try and play a tune with this mouthpiece, and I'll probably take this pipe to work with me tomorrow, stick it in the old gusty leader, and assuming it'll fit, I've just took my LCS pipe out, put it in. Oh yeah, she'll just fit in. And away we go. I don't know really what I've got to tell you. Some of you may know, I don't know. I just wanted a disclaimer, but you guys might be interested. But the disclaimer is, this is not to show off or brag. You might be interested. So this weekend, I've booked my watching to go to London on the 26th to have this strap rebuilt. So this is one of a watch of mine that I wear every day. It's a Rolex Datejust diamond dial. I've wore it for quite some years now, and I think it's a 1984. Well, the strap is well worn, so when it comes back from being rebuilt, it should stick out straight, not bend down like that. And anyway, so for you guys who've got Jubilee straps, doesn't have to be a Rolex, this guy is supposed to be the man. So he's going to repin it, and if we're lucky we'll get away with just repinning it, but if not, he actually laser welds with gold these links up. Now, you're going to be able to see on the back, it's pretty good anyway, but if these are starting to wear, which they do after the pins wear, he's going to build them up, and then this will all be polished up and sent back to me. So I'll let you know how we get on with that, because these straps, they're very expensive to replace. So, and I want a replacement strap on it, but I'm a bit concerned about putting a new strap on it, because you know, this watch, it's extremely comfortable, but obviously it's quite flexible, and I'm just a bit concerned that once it's been repaired, whether it'll be too stiff and rigid. But it's better than potentially one at pins snapping and losing it, isn't it? So it's a must have, but it's an expensive job to get it repaired, really. But on the scheme of things, I think you're looking north of £2,500 for a new strap, and for this guy to repair it, I think it's £360 for a repin, £60 to polish it, So what's that take us up to? 420. And then, excuse me, it's £10 a link to laser welding up with gold. It's going to be an interesting process. Apparently, from what I read from his reviews and when I've spoke to him on the phone, he does videos as he takes them apart and logs his findings and asks you what you want to do, proceed, etc. and etc. So that should be quite good to see that. I might fire up a Toscano and show you how I'm going to modify this mouthpiece. So let's do it. I'll just put you on pause, I'll get some gear together and we'll go from there. So I've got my trusty file, quite a small fine bastard file, which is sort of ideal for doing repair work and modifications because it's quite a steady process. But basically what I do, everybody's different, so that you know you're taking the, if you're to file both sides at the same time, you don't know, you could end up taking one side 1 mil and the other side 1/2 mil, and then you'd have it very thin on one side. So assuming, because I guess there's no certainty, but on inspection it looked quite symmetrical. So assuming that it is, if you file one side and then measure it, so we're at what, 4.7 did I say? So if I measure it now, we're at 4.5 mil. So I took 0.3 of a mil off. So if I take this side down to 4 mil, no, take this side down to, we want to finish up at about 3.8, so I need to take 7, 8, 9 mil off, 0.9 of a mil off. So I need to take it down to about 4.2 mil on this side, and then I'll start and work on the other side. And that way you're sort of making sure it's even. I'm not a professional, it's just how I prefer to do it one side at a time so you can keep an eye out on what's happening. Because when you've got a part this hole, last thing you want to do is ruin stem. So we're at 4.3 mil. So I'm literally just holding it on the corner of my table, keeping the file nice and flat, and just working away at it. If I do it back here, you'll see, I guess. Let me measure that. So now we're at still at 4.3 now. Do it here, look. Can you see? Vulcanite's so much easier to work with, which obviously this is. There weren't much choice or any other kind of stem material in this era. Most parts of this sort of area or it will be vulcanite, which is excellent. Beating does that vulcanite. Bang on 4.2 mil. So we've gone from 4.7 to 4.2. So that's half a mil we've took off it. So if we take another half a mil off, that'll be 3.7 mil. Which that'll be a nice tasty bite then on that. We might even go a little bit more. But it's better to go a little bit at a time. Because once you've gone too much, you can't add on. Well, you can, but it's a bigger job. Now there's a little tooth mark in this, so I'm going to get that out. Can you see it there? Just there. Whoever's been clenching it, same on the other side, whoever's been clenching it, it's had it right in the mouth. They've not been making the most of the button, have they? Absolutely lashing it down outside. See what we've got now. We've got 4.1.5 mil. Sometimes, when you've done this, you then have to make the button slightly smaller. But that's the easy part, because it can end up with too big a step here. It's always good to keep checking. That's about 4.1 mil. I'm going to pause it and get it down to roughly right, and I'll show you the next process. So that's where we're at now. We're at 3.8 mil. Still plenty of meat. I can't make my mind up whether I'm going to flute the slot a bit more, which I've got two ways of doing it. One with the hacksaw blade, which is shaved down like that, and one with the what Chris Herriot kindly gave me, which is the Kemper round. That's just a bit too big for the slot. So rather than open the slot out, we'll just work on it. And all we're doing It's hard to see. Basically, we're just going to saw the slot out a little bit. Just to improve it, really. Just to improve the flow onto your tongue so it fans the smoke out a bit more. These subtle things, they do make a difference. And some of you might think, oh, I fancy doing that to pipe. But it makes a difference from never going to smoke it, really, to making it a favourite pipe of yours. To me, it's worth doing. When I'm pipe making, I usually use acrylic, just simply because it's cheaper for practicing. So when I get to work on something like this, on vulcanite, it's a real treat because vulcanite is much easier to work with. It's a lot softer. Oh, it's just lovely. A lot more forgiving. You don't get cramp in your hand as much. So just stick some 120 in the slot. Just clean it out a bit, make it a bit more. See how it's just that bit wider now? It's just going to fan out that little bit nicer. New piece. So now I'm just going to work down the grits. I never stand sideways. I'm going to work down the grits until I get to 600, 800, and then we'll go on the buffing wheel. So bear with me, and I'll show you after it's been on the buffer. So there you have it, the finished results. Nice tasty bun. Give the bowl a quick shine up. The test, much more comfortable. So quite a quick and easy modification. Turning it from a pipe that I probably only smoke once in a blue moon. The hell, smoke's good in my eye. Oh dear. It's got me all emotional. Turn it from a pipe that, yeah, once in a blue moon, to a pipe that I'm more than likely smoke every day. It's all static and all dust sticking to it, but get a quick wipe off with some bit of towel. Just take some of that static off it. Made all my hands go shiny. So I've just finished it off with a bit of canoe wax. I've left charring round rim. Well up, because it's part of its character. One pipe. Obviously you can see where I've fluted slot. I've left it square, so as it's not showing it up very well, it's making it look uneven. There we go, look. I've left it a square slot. Keep it in keeping. I know nowadays we put round the corners on ends of the slots. Most of us do. But it's not how they used to be. Oh, we've got a big moth. So that's it for tonight, guys. I'm sure you got bored. But you guys who've stuck to the end, thank you very much. Finished my Toscano. And just remembered I'm not at work tomorrow. I'm on a training course for the next 3 days. So we're, or I'm, doing the IOSH training. Managing health and safety or something like that. So, until next time guys, keep it lit.